Steelers lose. Are you at the point as a fan where you're like, okay, I'm tired of having to deal with, like, are they going to continue to be undefeated? Or are you at the point where it's like, Washington football team, although they have won 3 games in a row at this point, and they're in the conversation for hosting a playoff game, which is a big deal. And Alex Smith, he, yesterday almost had a couple legs. You know what I mean? Had a couple leg conversations. That thing was just profusely bleeding from his shin. They wrapped it with some pre-wrap or whatever. We'll keep it moving. It's just a cleat. Don't worry about that. Are you worried at all, or do you feel like this is a good thing? Because that thing was bleeding heavily.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of blood. That wasn't like old buddy that had that little bit of blood. Kurt Schilling. No, that thing was just and the natural. Looking at the picture now, obviously, it's obvious it's not the leg that they had to completely redo.
Yeah.
But your immediate thought is like, oh, one of the stitches busted, like one of the, and they're like
the hamstring.
And then they finally say, yeah, the hamstring. That's his shin. They're like, no, it's his other leg. It's like, well, damn, that sucks for him. He's got both legs now. But are you thinking to yourself, this is good news, bad news? Where's your headspace at right now, Tone Diggs, as a diehard Pittsburgh Steeler?
Pat, can I call you Pat?
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you doing that, by the way, asking me.
First,
thank you for calling me Pat. Probably 33 years of my existence now at this point. But
first and foremost, I do want to thank you because it's an honor being on the show.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Nice, Tony.
By the way,
it's an honor.
No, thank you for being on the
thank
show.
you.
Oh,
Thank you.
And one of the honors of being on this show is being a part of Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. Okay?
Yeah.
Amen.
Yep.
Not Overreaction Tuesday, Aaron Rodgers Tuesday.
That's right.
And to quote the great Aaron Rodgers, RELAX. Relax.
Spell it. Yeah.
And that's what I was able to do last night. It felt like 1,000,000 pounds was taken off of my shoulders.
Good for you, man. That's a lot of pounds, by the way. Diggs has been doing leg
Jeez,
day. Diggs has been doing leg day.
I haven't slept that good since probably around week 8.
Really?
Yeah. Like an incredible weight was lifted off. And last time I checked, Lombardis aren't won in week 13.
No, they are not. Not at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Not at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
No way.
And last time I checked, all 3 Super Bowls that the Steelers have been to in my lifetime, they won undefeated one time.
Not once, by the way. Nobody's
one
ever
time.
won. Nobody other than those Dolphins that have Brian Greasy's dad playing quarterback, which makes a lot more sense for a lot of decisions that are made, isn't it? Yeah, we all learned that yesterday. But you're right. There's only been 101 years that league's been around.
One time. And I think the Steelers will have a similar reaction that I did. I think it's going to be a loose week. I think Mike Tomlin might pull Herman Boone, and instead of practicing tomorrow, remember the Titans, he's going to take the Steelers, and they're going to run down to the closest steel mill.
Yeah.
They're going to go in that steel mill. They're going to watch those men work.
Amen.
He's going to show those boys what this city, what Pittsburgh was built on. The blood, sweat, and tears that built this city.
Yeah.
This is how it was done.
Gum bands.
Hey, the adversity that these people were going through back then is the same adversity that we're going through now.
Exactly.
If he does,
I think that's going to loosen up the boys. I think maybe they change their entrance into the game the next time. I'm not sure. But one thing I am sure is Ben Roethlisberger, he doesn't care about undefeated season.
no, he doesn't. Both of those, by the way.
TJ Watt doesn't care about an undefeated season.
No way.
What I am sure about is both those guys and the whole rest of the team cares about getting another Lombardi that they walk by every single day. They walk by 6 of them every single day.
6.
We want more of those.
Yeah.
And I know this team, this team will not go down without a fight.
Yeah, you're damn right.
They will not go quietly into the night.
No.
See you in the playoffs.
What a build-up. What a build-up. This roller coaster sucks.
Just get on the ride.
We're so, hey, congratulations, Tone.
Thank you, Tone.
Thank you, Tone. Man, that was quite a ride. Honestly, you took us on a trip there.
I feel like I'm still in the steel mill.
Yeah, by the way, I was walking in the steel mill a little bit there. Then I was walking down the hallway looking at the 6 Lombardis, thinking of TJ Watt walking by there and going, I want one of those for me.
Exactly.
Going into the whole thing I was there, and then see you in the playoffs.
See you there. In all honesty, probably going to need to run the ball a little bit better.
Potentially, yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe a little better in the red zone. But hey, week 13.
And maybe on short yardage.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Steelers just lost their first game. They were undefeated. And I was a rookie that year. We decided to lose, basically, in 15th game.
Crazy.
Okay, so So, like, I was too young to have a decision. I've always said this, that I was too young to even know what the hell was going on. I didn't even know how to punt at that point. But I do remember the OGs not being happy about us not going for the undefeated season. Are you I don't recall if you were a vocal part of that conversation or not, but that felt like something that was special. That could have been on. And then from top down, it was like, nah, everybody's getting benched. We're playing preseason games basically these last 2 weeks. That was a wild decision. Hindsight, that was a wild decision.
A wild decision. So I was at the point, it was my fourth year. So I was really at the cusp of, should I be talking, or really should I just be, just going along with the flow? So obviously we had Rob Mathis and Reggie Wayne. So those were really the vocal guys at that point in time in the locker room. But as a competitor, just knowing what we knew, we was going to beat the Jets and we were going to beat the Bills if we played like a regular season game. So just going in it with that mindset, I wish, and looking back on it, I wish we would have really tried to get those last 2 games.
Now, they're saying, a lot of people are saying, Steelers are saying this, and a lot of media is like, to get that first loss like out of the way almost, because it was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure, obviously, building. You don't feel that way. I just saw your face kind of say, like, you don't think that's the case, huh? Because in my eyes, and I might be wrong here, it felt like each week was its own season anyways. Like literally, it felt like each week was its own season. So the fact, whatever you did the week before didn't really come into play the next week because you could get your ass beat. So are you kind of on the up? Oh, geez. AB handling business. Hey, this might be a team calling right now.
Oh, yeah.
That might have been a
Here we
team calling.
go.
Maybe the announcement just was made. But you don't buy into the thought that it was good for them to lose because it's like a weight off of their shoulders?
I mean, you can say that, but you're going in preparing each week to win the game. So you're 11-0. So who's to say this loss doesn't trigger more losses coming down the stretch? And we all know November, December, that's the most important ball. You want to get into that groove going into the playoffs. So who's to say that this one loss doesn't trickle down to 3 losses? So in my mind, in my opinion, you're preparing every game, every week to win a game. And if that happens to be when you're 11-0, 12-0, I'm still trying to win. And nobody's going in the game like, oh man, I wish we lose so we can get this pressure off our back. You 11-1, you're gonna have pressure on your back regardless.